is present over here to bless you and me. As we're going to read a very important word, that is from 1 Samuel chapter 14. We are reading the Bible, and our mighty God is leading us. Yeshua Mashiach is leading us. He is our Emmanuel, God with us. He is our Ebenezer. God will help us. Yes, He's our living God. And also, when we read the Bible, what is the Bible? If we sum up it in one word, that is love. Love, for mighty God, Adonai, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, Yeshua Mashiach, on the cross for us, that whosoever believeth should not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16. So we are over here. The word is saying 1 Samuel chapter 14. Remember, I and my Father are one. John 10 verse 30 is true. That is the reason we have to read the Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament. Because as we build a house, we have to lay the foundation, isn't it? Similarly, the foundation, yes, is the Old Testament, and the New Testament is the building, the house. Mighty God, one, they are one. That is Adonai, Elohim. Yes, and Emmanuel, God with us. Ebenezer, God will help us. And his name is I am who I am, Yahweh. A very holy name, a very mighty name. Yes, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords is over here to bless you and me. We are reading 1 Samuel chapter 14 from the King James Version Bible. Receive blessings as we are reading the word. As we saw the wildfire in California, it was destructing everything. Here it is the living word, the wildfire, which is blessing everything and everyone as we are reading it. For he who has, more will be given. Mark 4 verse 24 says, what is it? He who has the word, more will be given. Abundance of blessing will be given. Let's take the word as we're reading 1 Samuel chapter 14. Saul's selfish curse. Now, it happened one day that Jonathan, the son of Saul, said to the young man who bore his armor, come, let us go over to the Philistines' garrison that is on the other side. But he did not tell his father. But he did not tell his father. And Saul was sitting in the outskirts of Geba under a pomegranate tree, which is in Migron. The people who were with him were about 600 men. Ahijah, the son of Ahitub, Ichabod's brother, the son of Phinehas, the son of Eli, the Lord's priest in Shiloh, was wearing an ephod. But the people did not know that Jonathan had gone. Now, between the passes by which Jonathan sought to go over to the Philistines' garrison, there was a sharp clock. There was a sharp rock on one side and a sharp rock on the other side. Listen carefully. And as we are seeing, God bless you, Mr. Nobody. God bless you. Yes, you're somebody in the presence of our living God. God bless you. Yes. And the name of one was Moses, and the name of the other Shene. Yes. Now we sing the son of Saul, the king, Jonathan. Yes, was the son. Jonathan was the son. He went without telling his father. And the front of one faced northward opposite Michmash, and the other southward opposite Geba. And then Jonathan said to the young man who bore his armor, come, let us go over to the garrison of these uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work for us. For nothing restrains the Lord from saving by many or by few. So his arm bearer said to him, do all that is in your heart. Go then, here I am with you according to your heart. Then Jonathan said, very well, let us cross over to these men, and we will show ourselves to them. If they say thus to us, wait until we come to you, then we will stand still in our place and not go up to them. But if they say thus, come up to us, and then we will go up. For the Lord has delivered them into our hand, and this will be a sign to us. So both of them showed themselves to the garrison of the Philistines. And the Philistines said, look, the Hebrews are coming out of the holes where they have hidden. Then the men of garrison called to Jonathan and his arm bearer and said, come up to us. We will show you something. So Jonathan said to his arm bearer, come up after me, for the Lord has delivered them into the hand of Israel. And Jonathan climbed up on his hands and knees with his arm bearer after him, and they fell before Jonathan. And as he came after him, his arm bearer killed them. That first slaughter which Jonathan and his arm bearer made was about 20 men within about half an acre of land. And there was trembling in the camp, in the field, and among all the people. The garrison and the raiders also trembled, and the earth quaked so that it was very great trembling. Now the watchmen of Saul in Gibeah of Benjamin looked, and there was the multitude melting away, and they went here and there. And then Saul said to the people who were with him, Now all the roll now call the roll and see who has gone for us. And when they had called the roll, surprisingly, Jonathan and his arm bearer were not there. Saul has called, and Jonathan is missing, and his arm bearer is missing. And Saul said to Ahijah, bring the ark of God here, for at the time the ark of God was with the children of Israel. Now it happened while Saul talked to the priest that the noise which was in the camp of the Philistines continued to increase. So Saul said to the priest, withdraw your hand. Then Saul and all the people who were with him assembled, and they went to the battle. And indeed, every man's sword was against his neighbor, and there was very great confusion. Moreover, the Hebrews who were sick, who were who were with the Philistines, yes, the before that time, who went up with him in the camp, and from the surrounding country they also joined the Israelites who were with Saul and Jonathan. Likewise, all the men of Israel who had hidden in the mountains of Ephraim, they heard that Philistines fled. They also followed hard after them in the battle. Amen. So we will continue tomorrow. Let us thank our living God always. Amen.